The Cotton CRC Water Storage Seepage Program has been collecting data for 2 years now. Managed by David Wigginton from the National Centre for Engineering and Agriculture, this project is funded by the National Water Commission.
We will be, where possible, trying to collect data on potential seepage and evaporation remediation techniques, and potentially also remeasure some of those storages to see what the effect of different techniques is.
What's the response been so far from growers?
It's been quite good. We had an expression of interest process last year to get some storages in the project to measure. So the project actually offers free measurement service undertaken by commercial providers, and we got good results across nearly all of the valleys. There's a couple of regions where we could still do with some more applications.
Where are they?
Mostly probably the Namoy and also maybe the Macquarie, southern New South Wales, but water availability is probably the key influencing factor on doing the measurements. So even some regions like the Guida, where we've had quite a good response, a lot of those storages don't have water in them. So we're happy to accept more expressions of interest from any interested growers, and we'll just sort of work through those as we can in terms of when they were submitted and what the water availability is in those storages.
It's early days yet, but I know you've collected a fair bit of data. What's that showing? Are there some surprises there?
Yeah, I think overall probably the seepage losses in particular have been quite low. That's a little bit of a factor that's influenced by the fact that when we've had limited water, a lot of the storages that have stored water have been the better performing ones. So we are now starting to see a few results come in with higher seepage losses. The rates we've seen so far that we've got measurements for have been between about 0.5 millimetre per day and 7 millimetres a day. So, most of them have been only about the 1 or 2 millimetre a day seepage rate, which is really quite good.
Yeah. How do those numbers then stack up in terms of megs per year or?
Well, it does depend on how you use your storage, so when it actually has water in storage, and for what period of the year, and also the size of the storage and the surface area to depth relationship. But say for a 2,500 meg storage, I did some figures for a grower using the way he typically uses his storage, and if he had a 7 millimetre a day seepage loss, that'd be about 1,300 megs a year. And the evaporation loss for him was also around 700 megs a year, so it can be very significant.
Okay, so there can be some big savings if you mitigate that problem then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.